What if everything you thought you knew about life, about yourself, was just the tip of the iceberg? Imagine discovering that beneath the surface lies a vast ocean of untapped potential, a realm where your true self resides, waiting to be awakened. The journey of spiritual awakening is not for the faint of heart. It's a radical shift in perception that challenges everything you've been conditioned to believe. Have you ever felt like there's more to your existence than just the daily grind? Like there's a deeper purpose you're meant to fulfill? You're not alone. The 5 stages of spiritual awakening will take you on a transformative journey that unveils the mysteries of your inner world, much like deciphering the secrets of the cosmos. In this journey, the alignment of the sun, moon, and planets is not just an astral phenomenon. It's a metaphor for the alignment of your own life. Are you ready to explore the depths of your soul and discover the life that's truly meant for you? Imagine embarking on a journey that is as vast as the cosmos itself, a journey where the stars and planets seem to guide your every step. Spiritual awakening isn't a straight path. It's more like the orbit of the moon around the Earth, full of ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys. For those who find themselves drawn to astrology, it's much like understanding your zodiac sign. It gives you a glimpse into your essence, but leaves plenty of room for exploration. This awakening is deeply personal, much like an astral map, where each twist and turn uncovers a new layer of your being, influenced by the sun, moon, and all the planets that play a role in your existence. Now, imagine you're at the start of this cosmic adventure, feeling the pull of something greater, something beyond the physical world. This isn't just a fleeting interest in astrology or a casual glance at your zodiac sign. It's a profound shift in your perception, where the alignment of planets starts to reflect the alignment within yourself. Just as the astral bodies move through space, you begin to move through different stages of awareness, each bringing its own challenges and insights. It's not always an easy path, but like the dance of the sun and moon, there is a rhythm to it, a natural unfolding that you start to recognize as your own. As you move through this journey, you'll find that each stage is a bit like decoding an astrological chart. It requires patience, reflection, and a willingness to delve deep into the mysteries of your own soul. The process is non-linear, much like the unpredictable patterns of the planets in retrograde. Some days you'll feel in perfect harmony with the universe, while other days might feel like a struggle against unseen forces. But remember, this is all part of the awakening, a process that, much like the stars, unfolds over time, revealing your true self in ways you might never have imagined. At the beginning of the spiritual awakening, one often finds themselves deeply entrenched in what can be described as the unconscious stage. Picture it as a time when the mind is like a dark night sky, filled with scattered thoughts and emotions that drift aimlessly, much like planets orbiting without purpose. During this stage, the ego is the dominant force, much like the sun in our solar system, casting shadows over the true self. Here, reactions are automatic, and decisions are driven by the whims of the ego, similar to how the phases of the moon affect the tides without conscious intention. It's a phase where one might be drawn to astrology, yet interpret it through the lens of the ego, missing the deeper astral insights. This stage can feel like being lost in a dense forest at night, with only the faintest glimmer of starlight to guide the way. The ego, in its desire to protect and preserve, keeps one tethered to familiar patterns and old narratives, much like how a zodiac sign might be misread as a fixed destiny rather than a guidepost. It's easy to become defensive or reactive, not realizing that these responses are rooted in fear and a lack of awareness. Yet, even in this darkness, the planets continue their dance, subtly influencing and guiding, much like the unseen forces of the universe that push us toward awakening, whether we realize it or not. In this stage, one might encounter moments of introspection, where the connection between the astral and the physical becomes more apparent, but these moments are often fleeting. It's like catching a glimpse of the sun through heavy clouds, brief, but enough to stir something deep within. To move beyond this stage, one must start to recognize these moments of clarity as invitations to explore further, much like how an astrologer might dig deeper into a chart to understand the influence of a particular planet. It's the beginning of a shift, a subtle but profound realization that there's more to this existence than the ego's limited perspective. As one progresses on the path of spiritual awakening, they inevitably encounter the profound and often unsettling phase known as ego death. Imagine the ego as a tightly wound cocoon, protecting the fragile self within. But there comes a moment, much like the moon's eclipse, when the ego's grip begins to loosen and the true self starts to emerge. This is not a gentle process. It's more like a supernova, an explosive shedding of everything that once defined you. The planets, in their perpetual motion, symbolize this transformation as they shift and realign, mirroring the internal shifts that occur during this phase. Just as the sun eventually returns after an eclipse, the true self begins to shine, unencumbered by the shadows of the ego. In this phase, one begins to realize that the ego is not the center of their existence, much like how the earth revolves around the sun, not the other way around. The dissolution of the ego can be disorienting, even terrifying, as it feels like losing a part of oneself. However, it's also liberating, like breaking free from the gravitational pull of an old zodiac sign that no longer resonates with your true essence. Here, individuals start to see beyond societal constructs and personal narratives, recognizing them as mere illusions, much like the way we interpret the movements of planets as a reflection of our own inner journeys. During ego death, there's a profound shift in perspective. The attachment to labels, identities, and external validation begins to crumble, making way for a deeper understanding of the self. It's a bit like how the moon waxes and wanes, constantly changing yet always returning to its core state. This is the time to embrace vulnerability, to allow the old self to dissolve so that the true self can be reborn. It's not an easy phase, but much like the celestial bodies that continue their journey through the cosmos, there's an underlying assurance that this transformation is part of the natural order, leading you closer to your authentic self. After the disorienting experience of ego death, individuals often find themselves propelled into a new phase of their spiritual journey, the search. This stage is marked by an insatiable curiosity, a burning desire to understand the deeper truths of existence. Picture it as setting out on a quest, with the stars as your guide and the mysteries of the zodiac signs as your map. This isn't just about seeking knowledge, it's about finding the wisdom hidden in the spaces between the lines, much like reading the movements of the planets to uncover their influence on your inner world. Here, the sun no longer blinds you, but illuminates the path ahead, guiding your search for answers to life's most profound questions. During the search, one might dive into spiritual teachings, ancient texts, or even astrology, not just as a tool for prediction, but as a way to connect with the cosmos. It's as if the planets themselves are whispering secrets, urging you to explore beyond the surface. You might find yourself drawn to practices like meditation, journaling, or even stargazing, all in an effort to align your inner world with the vast astral realm. This stage is about exploring the unknown, much like how the moon reveals different aspects of itself throughout its phases, each one offering a new perspective. It's a time of deep reflection and discovery, where the answers you seek often lead to even more profound questions. Yet, this search is not without its challenges. It's easy to get lost in the endless sea of information, much like navigating the ever-shifting constellations. The key is to trust your intuition, to follow the subtle nudges that guide you toward what resonates with your soul. Just as an astrologer interprets the movements of the planets, you'll learn to interpret the signs and synchronicities that appear in your life. This stage is about finding your own truth, not one dictated by others, but one that feels as natural as the rhythm of the sun and moon. And as you delve deeper into this quest, you'll begin to see the emergence of something even more significant, the authentic self. As the search for deeper understanding unfolds, there comes a moment when the layers of societal conditioning begin to peel away, revealing the authentic self. Imagine this stage as the dawn after a long night, where the sun slowly rises, casting light on the true essence that has always been there, waiting to be uncovered. It's a powerful experience, much like watching the planets align in a perfect harmony, signaling that you are now in sync with your true nature. This stage is about embracing who you are at your core, unburdened by the expectations of others, and aligned with the natural rhythms of the cosmos. In this phase, the changes are not just internal, but often manifest in the physical world. You might find yourself drawn to leave behind unfulfilling jobs or relationships that no longer serve your higher purpose. It's as if the moon's gravitational pull is gently guiding you toward environments that nurture your authentic self. Emotional and physical transformations are common, as the old energies and traumas that once held you back are released. This is a time of renewal, where the astral and the earthly align, and you step into a life that feels more aligned with your true self, much like how the planets follow their orbits with purpose and precision. As you embrace this new phase, the authentic self begins to shine through in all aspects of life. There's a sense of ease and flow, as if the universe itself is supporting your journey. You start to recognize that living in alignment with your true self doesn't require effort. It's about allowing things to unfold naturally, much like how the sun rises and sets each day without struggle. This is the emergence of a life lived in harmony with both the light and dark aspects of your being, a balance that reflects the duality of the astral and physical worlds. And as you settle into this new state of being, you begin to experience what it truly means to live a life of alignment. Reaching the stage of life of alignment is like finally finding your place in the grand cosmic dance, where every step feels in tune with the rhythm of the universe. This phase is marked by a deep sense of peace and fulfillment as you live in harmony with yourself and the world around you. Imagine it as the perfect balance between the sun and moon, where their energies complement rather than compete with each other. Here, the planets no longer seem distant or chaotic. Instead, they reflect the inner alignment you've achieved, guiding you with their wisdom and light. In this stage, self-compassion becomes second nature, much like how the earth naturally nourishes and sustains life. You embrace your imperfections, recognizing them as part of the human experience, rather than flaws to be fixed. It's as if your zodiac sign has come full circle, revealing the strengths and challenges you were born to navigate. But now, with a deeper understanding and acceptance, you extend this compassion not only to yourself, but to others, seeing everyone as a fellow traveler on the same journey. This sense of interconnectedness is profound, as you realize that, like the planets, we are all part of a larger system, each playing our role in the unfolding of the universe. Living in alignment means embodying unconditional self-love and extending that love outward. It's not about perfection, but about being authentic and true to who you are, just as the sun and moon show their faces without apology. You find joy in the simple moments, appreciating the beauty in both the light and dark aspects of life. This stage is about fully integrating all that you've learned on your journey, from the unconscious stages to the emergence of your authentic self. And as you continue to live in alignment, you become a beacon for others, showing them that a life of harmony and balance is not only possible, but is the natural state of being. Are you ready to embrace the insights you've gained and transform your life? The journey through the 5 stages of spiritual awakening offers a roadmap to align with your true self and live authentically. Now that you understand each stage, what steps will you take to integrate these lessons into your daily life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more insights and guidance on your spiritual journey, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Don't miss out. Your path to alignment begins now. So, after all you've learned, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you let this full moon pass you by? Or will you harness its energy and step into your power? Remember, the cosmos is handing you an opportunity, but it's up to you to seize it.